Divine mandate perspective. I want to appreciate the presence of the chairman of this occasion, the chairman board of trustees, the honorable commissioner, my two revered royal fathers, very distinguished fellow Obolo citizens. I say so because I have some history behind me. In my sojourn on earth, I had the opportunity of coming to Akwa Ibom State to contribute my little effort. Let me say, and I speak publicly, that perhaps the greatest support I had was from the Obolo people. I remember vividly the discussions I had formally and informally with His Royal Majesty Obon Okafia, then in fact later the paramount ruler of Eastern Obolo. I know in that process I also had traditional titles from from Eastern Obolo. In fact, that time it was called Akwa Ibom before it was separated. And so I take the authority to speak to you today as one of yours. I would have felt bad if I did not attend this function. I would have felt very bad. And I want to thank the international president for the efforts that he made. It wasn't because the previous function you had that I didn't want to attend, but the exigency of the time. And so when he called me this time, we met a few days ago, I didn't want to say I'll be there or I wouldn't be there, because I never sometimes can tell what my programs were. But I thank God that I'm here today, and I think I would have felt very guilty if I did not come. One, as one of you, and two, for the support that you gave to our governor during the last election. I want to encourage you, having come here to see what you have done. I want to encourage you because great things start with ideas. And putting together this structure here, this office here, is an idea which could really catapult the people of Obolo as far as ideas and their existence in the Nigerian nation is concerned. So I strongly encourage you. And that is why I'm going to be reluctant to talk about the issues of marginalization, the issues of minority, majority. If we had a discussion before coming today, and I was told that I will play the role of representing the governor, apart from being a grand guest. If that was discussed, perhaps I would have extracted from the governor his feelings so that I can bring that to you. But that was not done. But I don't shy away from representing him. And I can assure you that even though I did not get words from him as to what he would like to do, I will take back all that you have said today to him. So that he knows how you feel. And remind him about the promises that were made at earlier times. In fact, the paramount ruler of Ibom has just told me that in one of those agreements, there might be a meeting already scheduled with the governor, I think on 16th of this month. But we will try and look for the one that will encompass the majority, if not all, of the Obolo people. So, if we reflect on the issue of being marginalized, being minority, my encouragement to you today is, if it is because of population, there's really nothing you can do about it. Even if you order your wives to have 100 children per day, you may not catch up with the Chinese or other people. But the important thing is that even if by population you are less than the other people, you must have superior arguments in everything you show yourself in, and your ideas must be superior. If you have superior ideas, you will be a majority in whatever you do. I give you an example of the Jews in the state of Israel. You know they don't have the population, but today they basically rule the world in many fields of human endeavor. So much so that the Jews even control the politics and economy of the United States, of over 200 million people. We know that. It is not by population. They have basically subdued the Arabs because of superior ideas. And they have kept their identity. And that is why I encourage you today. Your identity and your culture, if a society loses its identity and culture, that society is gone. So don't ever allow that to happen. But generate ideas that will bring your people up to the higher level. There is nothing wrong with the Obolos being the Jews or the Israelis of Nigeria. That might be too far away, but closer home. Closer home. We are all witnesses to the politics of Nigeria when we talk about the Fulanis. Some people try to demonize them, but I don't, because it's not necessary. The Fulanis are from the Volta area. And worldwide, the Fulanis are barely 20 million. In the West African area, they are probably about 9, 10 million at most. So in Nigeria, you don't expect the Fulanis to be more than about 6 million. Yet, the 6 million people are basically holding the 180 million Nigerians to ransom. You don't blame them. We just finished the last election of presidents. We made sure all of us went to look for a Fulani to be a presidential candidate. And so 2 of them came out. So that kind of, and it is not today they started. To ask them from the days of Uthman and Fodio, they've been working on it. So if you are starting something today, let it be known, let history record it, that you have identified who you are, and you are proud of who you are, and ask your children to carry the flag high, because you are not a second-class citizen in Nigeria. So this is my encouragement to you. And if you have superior ideas, you'll be able to bring even the other ethnic nationalities to listen to you at every point in time. And their superior idea will always prevail. I want to also bring to your attention, you have been very resolute, very, very resolute. Let me mention to you today that my involvement in what happens in the Niger Delta region perhaps may have been, the strength may have come from the Obolo people. I remember when I was here, there was oil spillage in Eastern Obolo. And I came there. I came with helicopter because that road to Eastern Obolo was not done. There was Strabag that was doing that road. I came in helicopter. The place I was to be received was a very small enclosure. And as we came in, the helicopter raised dust, blew away the canopies, put dust on the people who were waiting to receive me. But as I came out, they were full of joy. They embraced me. And the reasoning was that nobody in their own memory, as a chief executive of this state, has ever visited them in their plight. Tears ran down my cheeks because that's not the way it should be. So under that condition, and I looked around, I saw there was one building, must have been one of the churches. Perhaps it was the only building really standing there. And here we are in this rain belt. Whenever it rains, the children in the schools with the new zinc that they have, they're sitting as if they're sitting under a basket. That is not the condition. That is not the condition, and I had vowed that if I have an opportunity, life must be better for the people in this area. If you are in Akwa Ibom State, for example, and you live in Uyo here, you may never know what the people in those areas are going through. I also went, and it's not only those of us who are here in Akwa Ibom. I went to to join in the burial of the father of one of my colleagues when I was in the Air Force, in Keremo. I think it's in Bayelsa now. And I saw a condition of people. There was water all over the place, but you could not even get water to drink from there. The father that had just died, even though the young man had risen to the rank of, he retired as an Air Vice Marshal, the father never saw the color of his car because there's no road to his place. I attended the burial of, I think it was the mother of Air Vice Marshal Larry Koyam. And when he was the chairman of DIFRI at that time, we could not have road to his place. So all these things collectively made me to say, no matter how small my contribution is, if I have to say something in this country about the people in the oil producing areas, I will say it very loudly, very, very loudly. So I want you to continue to be resolute because you have paid your dues in this country. We passed through Ibno. In the night, you see the gas flare. It will look like Christmas tree that is being lighted. That gas flare. People are going blind because of the issue. It is happening in Ibno. It's happening in the Warri area of this country. And you know that United Nations have already given deadline for us to stop gas flare in this country. Nigeria has not done so. But in its place, the oil companies pay penalty. And that penalty they pay. I remember the former Minister of Finance, Liason, was saying that what they pay is too little. She was not talking about stopping the gas flare. When that money is given, it's shared equally to all the states of the Federation. It's the man that is going blind in Ibno, the man in Zamfara that is benefiting from it also. Is he also going blind? No. So as far as I'm concerned, that is blood money. So you'd rather your brother goes blind so that you make more money for the others. It is not fair. We can take the whole day to talk about these issues. It is not marginalization, it is injustice. It is injustice, and I will continue to fight against injustice. And that's why I would want you to also be in the forefront of the fight for restructuring. Because this is what our founding fathers wanted. If Nigeria is restructured, the story of marginalization will end. It has been given deaf ears by a lot of those who should have, but we will not relent. People have paid the supreme sacrifice for this. As Ngba Ndiak Obolo did, Nwaiba did, a place like Odi was leveled, lately Baramatu, but the struggle continues. We've gone to the president with a 16-point agenda as to how to make the people of the Niger Delta region live like human beings. But he has not done so. He refused. He refused to do anything about it. But we will not relent. Restructuring today is not only politically expedient, it is now morally compelling. And we will continue to put in our best to see that our children, if today, and I say this to myself, if today in the present Nigeria, I struggle for crumbs from under the table, my children will never struggle for crumbs from under the table. They will take from the top of the table like every other child in Nigeria because they are equal citizens. And I want you to support in this endeavor. It would have been unfair if I did not say thank you for what you stood for in the last election. God used you. I know when we say it is only God, I will not give credit to anybody, but God used you. God stood up to defend his name. And that he used you writes and speaks volumes. So I thank you very sincerely for this. And I know that what our royal fathers have said, I've taken notes, I wrote them down, and we'll make sure the governor hears this. Because to whom much is given, much is expected. You've given a lot to the governor and the government, and a lot is expected from them. Of course, to whom much is expected, like government expects you to continue to support, much should also be given to you. And so this story will be told to him. But having been here, I want to thank you for the honor you've done to me. I want to thank you for the opportunity for me to meet with you again, because I am part and parcel of you. And whenever there is something that you do, please, just let me have the information. By God's grace, I will be with you. For today, what I can do is take back these messages to the governor, and whatever he says, out of my persuasion, out of your persuasion and request, that information will get back to you. As I'm here with you, it would not be fair for me to just live. But for me and my wife and my family, I can only help this office with 100,000 naira. Thank you very much. And God be.
That's His Excellency, the presence of Akwa Ibom and the International President, Akwa Ibom Patrick Udofia, is here represented by the International Vice President, Akwa James Edits.
Ibi son, Obolo Ipe, Abasola ye, Ngba, Ngba, Ngba ye, Bab Oro, Bab Afanke, Abasele our friend in Jesus' name.
Amen. We also have the International Welfare Officer of Ngba Ndiak Obolo, Clement Akpan. In a few seconds, request the International President of Ngba Ndiak Obolo, who is every here to give us his goodwill message on this occasion.
Kukuno, the chairman on this occasion, Kukuno, His Excellency, the former governor of Akwa Ibom, said my special father, Kukuno, His Royal Majesty, the paramount ruler, a very close friend of mine, the Royal Majesty, well, let me apologize on behalf of my international president. He would have loved to be here, but our school, Ngba Unity Schools in Urban, had 15 years today, and incidentally, again in the house sport. I've read it in a sport ways. I'm getting a sport ways. Some do president direct. I will get for Obolo. He was a because we know him. I want to state that the DG of the Divine Mandate, and again, in the immediate past, how many months in the struggle, because I think you give a Akwa Ibom identity. The role of your international president, compromising. He's too tall. If I make you one particular day, and yet give me the one to call to who we walk. And he encouraged everyone and said we must fight without money. When you fight without money, a time comes when the reward will come. So and also in the Akwa Ibom Unity Project, this organization have liaised for many years, many years since its foundation, to collaborate with other ethnic nationalities in Akwa Ibom State, talking about Ngba Ibom, Atiana, Zonabaro, and of recent Oral Union. So work for the unity and the progress of this state. We have interfaced severally to work for Akwa Ibom State. And the president would want the unity project of Akwa Ibom State to be placed above every other thing. The president will also want that in the progress journey of Akwa Ibom State, that everyone should be carried along. The president will also want Akwa Ibom people to understand that that will do better if we are all given our individual identities. And it will be better when those identities come together in a melting pot. We'll be able to actualize our collective goals. So on behalf of my president and the entire members of Akwa Ibom, give me the committee for this wonderful gesture. I think this is long overdue, Mr. President. And we know the president has told us to inform you that or to challenge this organization that in not a very long distance from today, that you should bring bring Atiana, bring Zoom Labaro to anywhere in your country home. You know what my country home? Any of your communities. Let us come and commission an international secretariat that is home based. You know, this is just a liaison office. And closely, apart from for socio-political reasons, closely related with this organization, your chairman, board of trustees, the vice president of board, welfare officer, that's your bullet. He's an inducted member of board. I'm a full member of Akwa Ibom, and that's what Bo stands for. Bo will always be the umbrella for every group in Akwa Ibom. So over the last 32 years, we remain very strong to speak not just for the videos. We've spoken severally for every citizen of Akwa Ibom State. Cases abound. How about look at at the national level? You know, you go to Akwa Ibom State. Bo Akwa Ibom the delegation. In fact, I gave during the time in Akwa Ibom State as the MD of the NDDC. Mbong Parawa begin to take a page on the national paper. You will know in Akwa Ibom State. In my son, you make a National Assembly on the issue of restructuring and resource control address the National Assembly. You make committee, you continue with this partnership. Finally, the international president has extended a very important invitation to members of this organization, our big brother, our father, the former governor of this state spoke about restructuring. On the 8th of August this year, Bo Parawa will be having an international conference. It's going to be about restructuring. Our theme, the restructuring and true federalism rhetorics, perspectives, prescriptions, and perceptions for the unity and greater development of Nigeria. On the 27th of August, we are going to be inaugurating our 66th chapter of the Ngba Ndiak. When the president invitation, this organization grew from a small place as the proverbial mustard seed and grow stronger, more virile, and be the umbrella that all Obolo people all over the world will come to enjoy, and indeed the entire human race. May God bless us in Jesus' name. Yeah. Thank you. I'm at a little purse of 20,000 naira. I will appear for this office. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Point. Whatever that has a beginning must have an end. May I request the pleasure of the chairman of today's occasion to please give us his closing remark.
Oje. Back. Oro.
Away.
Bébé sang. Anama. Yeah. Today has been a very good day in the history of the Obolo people in Akwa Ibom State. And so we thank God for making today what it is. I want to thank God for all those we invited and who are here in person, not on representative capacity. Our grand guest of honor, We are sincerely humbled to have you. It is true. I am part of your blessing. Yes, when you were a military governor, you fixed me on a board. I know I was very young then, you can't remember. Because of that board membership, I was on that helicopter that took you to Isino. So what he is saying is true. He defied what people call a security information and threat, and you were there. And I want to thank you too for not looking at security threat to see my paramount ruler in his palace. That bush leads to my village. In fact, when you pass the paramount ruler's village, the next village is my village. Bringing the governor through that bush gave me the kind of joy I've never received in life. We are grateful. I want to thank all of you, particularly the commissioner. Thank you for spending your time to be here. Of course, you are here as an Obolo man. Thank you for sparing your time to be here with us. My royal fathers, we are very, very grateful. Solidly behind us. When a child is moving and he knows that the father is behind him, he is strengthened. In fact, Chief Ekenokot says of late that in Andoni language, Chief Ekenokot, well, I think I can interpret it. If somebody calls you and you know behind you, you have somebody that is backing you, you go to that call, attend to that call with human dignity. So we are happy that all of you are supporting us in this cause. The one that introduced my paramount ruler, I always correct that introduction. Please, next time when you are introducing it, he was one of those who represented Eastern Obolo in Cross River State House of Assembly. Yes. That was his first political outing. He represented Eastern Obolo in Cross River State.